Hello friends, our today's video which is setter dependencies. So basically in our last video we already covered that all stuff related with IOC, inversion of control, and DI, which is dependency injection in context of Spring. So basically in our today's video we will focus on that setter dependencies in Spring. So mainly what exactly the dependency, let some recap on that. So basically dependencies is an important feature which is present in that spring core spring, and which provides a way to perform or to inject any dependencies in our projects. So basically there are some there are so many approaches we can implement through the dependencies in our projects. There are some mainly common approaches which we have to cover on that. So basically there are three basic approach to inject our dependencies in our program. So basically these are setter dependencies, constructor dependencies, and third one which is field dependency. So but now in our today's video we only cover about setter dependency. Apart from that, all there are two dependencies we will cover in our next video. So basically when we are talking about the setter dependencies, it is type of dependencies which is easier than that all approaches which we involve in the dependency process. So basically when we have to implement the dependencies in our projects, so we must prefer the approach of setter dependencies. So it is quite easier. What I am trying to say that whenever we are creating the class, in that class we just have to write the setter methods of that particular variables or field which we are include in our class. So when we are providing the if we declare the variable as a private, so in that we must have knowledge about that when we have to restrict on that variables, we have to declare the private variables, because when our variable should be the public, then it will be accessible through the all project, and anyone can access it. So to avoid that consequences, we have to declare our variable as a private. So whenever we are declare our private variable, so to accessing in that projects or different class, if we want to access that variables, so for that we need a getters and setters. So basically when we are using the setters method in that, and the dependencies, so through the setter, how the spring, or we can say the internally IOC, how does the works that will be injection of the dependencies through the setter methods. Let me some discuss about that. So basically when we are trying to write, if we write the class of the student, and when we write the configuration file which is a .xml in the format, so basically there are some bin classes which is available in that XML file. So in that bin classes we are creating the bin class of that student. So basically bins is there is nothing but the objects which is related to the particularly IOC container, which we can say nothing but the application context. So basically in that XML file, if how we can display that the dependencies method uses the setter method. How should I say? So because when we are using the property sub property, which is sub element which is present in that XML file, which is we can say the property tag in that bin class. So basically when we are using the property, that then we can say that our XML file, or when our dependencies are injected through the setter methods, because when we are using the property tag, it will be, and when we declare property name or ID as our something, we can say the student roll number. So basically when we are assign the value of roll number, which is for example we are assigning value of roll number which is 1. So basically it injects the one value at the roll number variable which are already declared in that student class, and the setter method which is also available in that student class also. So it will looking for the setter method which is present in that student class, then it will be get the value. For suppose if we don't write the setters methods in our student class, and we are creating the access in our main handler in that another class, so we show it will be show the error, uh, because it looks like that when we are creating the when we are inject the dependencies using the property tag, then it will be looking to setter methods. But when it will be look for that setter methods, it don't show, or it cannot able to find the setter methods. So that's why it will be show an error to user. So for avoiding that, we must have the setters methods in our student class, or we can say any other class which we are declaring our all variables. So these are nothing but the dependencies which is injected through the setter methods. There are another two ways also. We will cover on that next video. So for our today's video, it will, I think, cover all that, and I hope you understand about that setter dependencies, and how should we include in that our projects. So that's all from my side. Thank you guys.